filming this, eh? I've never seen this one before, have you?
Quick, Dad, it's going out!
Then on my signal, unleash hell. Joey, let's take these motherfuckers home, man. That's how I set this wicked straight, cause I don't need no tremendous up at me. I race singing my picture melon on their fears. Where you gonna be in the next 10 years? Cooling all the food on the ball rage, giving up a winner, gonna go, gonna make shit. You got sick when they've been out the good. Man, wait, cigarette, jumped up.
Welcome back to Being to Bushcraft. As you've seen, the house has been compromised. SHTF, earmuffs on, Sophia. Shit has hit the fan, so we're bugging out. We're going to the bug out shelter just now. Bring you back when we're up there. This has arrived at our bug out location. In here we have our emergency rations. That will keep us going for a number of days, and we've got our bug out bag, which will be taken down to the bug out shelter. And if we ever need to return for more kit, we've got more essentials in that bag there. So me and Sophia are going to start heading down there on foot. I'm not going to raise my camera up, because I don't want to give away our position. So we'll bring you back when we're down at the shelter. Clear? Right, here, come on.
That's on clear too.
Right, good. Right guys, that's us arrived at the shelter. You just seen me and Sophia check in to make sure that there was no intruders here.
Yep.
We've also checked the surrounding area, so we're all good.
Yep.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to get the shelters opened up, and we're starving. We haven't eaten for the last 24 hours.
Yep.
So we've got some emergency rations with us. We're going to get a fire lit here. We're going to rebuild this fire pit. We're going to get a fire lit, cook up some lunch, and do some maintenance around the camp. Because some work around the camp. Because it looks like that we could be here for a while until the riots and whatnot calm down. So let's get started, Sophs. Right, Sophia, let's get this opened up.
Yep. If there's any intruders, I will whack them real hard in the head. I know we've already checked it, but we should get a light in here. It's dark.
I've got a light.
How do I turn it on?
Turn it on for you just now. Right there. There you go. Right, you get yourself a seat in there, you get yourself comfy. I'll get some kit out and we'll start getting some work done around camp. I'll sort that in a minute, don't you worry about that.
I'm not sitting on the way.
So, shortly we're going to get Sophia to get the fire lit, and
I'll do it right now.
we've got some rations from pack. So I've got a packet of chicken noodles for Sophia. She's a fussy eater and won't eat what I'm eating.
Hey!
I brought some square sausage.
Red.
Wee snack for Sophia. Wee tub of butter.
A tub of butter for snack.
No, not for a snack, Sophia. And some rolls. So I'm going to have some rolls and sausage. Sophia's going to have our chicken noodles there. And
You could have packed more.
could you pack more? There's more rations in the car. So Sophia's going to get the fire sorted in a minute. So we'll bring you back once we start prepping the fire.
Yeah.
So it's coming on lunchtime now, so me and Sophia are going to start prepping all the firewood, and we're going to start collecting some dry stuff just now. So Sophia, tell the audience, what does LOL mean?
Lots of little.
Lots of little
And bushcraft.
in bushcraft. LOL means lots of little. You need lots of little dry bits to get your fire going initially. So to find dry wood,
This is wet.
it's damp, but it's as dry as what we're going to find. In the last 24 hours we've had a lot of rainfall, a lot of heavy rain, so everything on the ground is soaking wet.
And my feet
All
are
these lower
freezing
limbs on the trees are all dead
because of that.
and relatively dry. So this is our best bet of dry firewood,
I'm just trying to
is
rip off whatever.
the dry stuff that's up in the trees. So we're just going to snap off a good few bundles of this each.
To help the fire go on.
And we'll work our way up in stages. We'll start off with really small sticks like this, and then we'll gradually build our way up and get thicker wood.
I'll put that into a pile, Dad. I made a pile. Go.
Right, so Sophia's now going to get the fire lit for me. So she's went and got all our different stages of tinder,
So small bits,
small
big
bits,
and
medium
then
bits, and then she's on to
main
our
bits.
larger bits there, that's right. So, what we're going to do first of all,
is get the wood on.
let's feel this. So the fire pit's fairly dry, so we're not going to have to bother with a base.
And steel, there you go.
So,
Go on up.
we're going to start off, hold on then, right, go on then. Yeah, you'd be better off using this one.
Yeah, that's a more easier one for
There
me.
you go.
Thank you.
So, we're going to get some cotton wool.
There you go.
Yeah,
Practice.
good. We're going to fluff up some cotton wool for that.
And since it's my, what is it, second time trying to light a fire?
Yeah, I don't know.
First time trying to light a fire. I've done it in primary one before though. We practiced sparking.
Yeah, a
Sparking
jabber
a flint
jabber on
and
camera,
spear.
isn't she? Right, so, right there. So what you're going to do is,
Uh-huh.
you're going to put some sparks onto that.
Hold
Hold on.
Okay.
Once you've done that,
Uh-huh.
we're going to put some birch bark on it,
I birch bark.
and then we'll start adding on our sticks.
Oh,
But
there
if you just wait there, till we get all this ready.
Full arm away and
So I'm just going to move the camera closer in. We'll get a better view of this.
yep. I will not set fire to your camera, Dad.
Thanks very much for that.
I will not. You're probably nervous as well. Probably.
I trust you.
Trust me.
So hold
Who
on.
trusts a 7-year-old to light a fire?
I do.
Because you're crazy, that's what you are.
So hold on.
Just tell me
Get
when
this
to go.
tightened up.
We
Right,
flip.
on you go. Right, do that.
So like arm away.
Go on.
Have to like do that.
That's it. Keep doing that. Hard up.
Go
Keep
that
going.
hard.
Go on. Right,
Sorry,
one more
I'm
time.
sorting
A big
myself.
one.
And
Closer. Get closer.
God, can you do it?
Right. Sophia's
Aye.
struggling.
Looks so cool. Whoa! How did you do that? Dad, can I try?
So we're just testing out this pocket bellow that I went and got. The fire obviously didn't need it, but I just wanted to get a wee test out anyway.
Can I try?
So you can try it in a minute, Sophia. It's using an extendable thing, fits into the pocket, it's tiny. That's called a Spitfire pocket bellow. So you could usually waft your fire to get some air into it, some oxygen,
I laughed.
which would get your fire going.
I
But
some rain.
the little hole that concentrates your airflow into the one spot of fire and really creates like a furnace type fire, which it's great, gets your fire going. So aye, good wee bit of kit, only costs a couple of £.
Dad, the fire's. How do I open this?
So the fire's gone. Sophia's going to start making her lunch, but she's already encountered her first problem. She can't even open up the packet. So
Help. But I will put it in.
right, break it into 4 bits.
Why do you break it into 4 bits?
So it all fits in the pot, right? You put it in the pot now.
Right, do this then.
So I'm having a roll and square sausage for my lunch. Sophia's a really fussy eater, so she's not going to have that. She's having her super noodles.
Rude. That's what you are. Get 4 bits in.
Right, just pop it in like that and you get your water in.
Water. Alright.
Water now, yeah.
It'll boil while it cooks.
Yep.
How much?
I'll tell you when to stop. You keep pouring it in. Keep on. Right, that'll do now. Put your lid back on.
Give that some water to boiling drink with.
Right, get your lid on the pot.
Tight. Do we need the seasoning?
Not now. Lid on the pot.
Lid on the pot.
Right.
First encounter. I do not know how to
So-
do that.
Sophia's now going to put it on our pot hanger above the fire.
I don't even know how to do
I'll
that.
pass the pot over to you. Right. Right, hang it on that hook.
This bit.
Yep.
Bye.
There we go. Sophia's lunch. So that's Sophia's lunch ready. She's just waiting on it cooling down so she can eat it. So while she's round there eating her lunch, I'm just going to come round the back and tidy up this shelter a wee bit. You can see all the logs of the roof, they're all at different lengths. It doesn't really make a difference, but I just want to neaten it up, just to make it look a bit neater and tidier. I couldn't do it with the saw that I had before. I couldn't get the angles in because of the type of saw it was. So I've got another new bit of kit out with me today that I want to give a shot, and I reckon this is the type of saw it is. I'll be able to get into it quite easily. So I've went and got a Baco Laplander, quite commonly used in a bushcraft. So I'm just going to give this a wee shot. It's the first time I've used it, and just trim up these bits of logs. Here's lunch, Sophia.
Good.
Is that heating you up a bit now? So, well, Sophia was eating her lunch. Brian, another member of the prepper group, he's obviously escaped. He's evaded the situation and managed to join us here at the shelter. He's went and brought a chainsaw, which will aid us in continuing the build of the shelter and firewood. So, unfortunately, with Brian being here, it means that rations will run down a bit quicker, but I'm sure we'll survive. So we're just going to cook up some lunch for me and Brian while Sophia sat there eating her lunch.
This is good.
Running the battery.
I'll turn it off then.
So this started off as square sausage,
Now it's scrambled.
scrambled sausage now. Right, let's stop. So you can see I've went and trimmed up the side of the shelter there, neatened it up a bit. Done the same on both sides, and mossed up the rest of that roof. between me and Brian and now, we're just going to get this wood store finished so we can keep our dry firewood inside there. What are you doing, Yamado?
Making a spear.
Sophia's making spears.
Just in case of a zombie attack. Well, it's safe because it's a zombie blooming apocalypse.
Right, so I was watching Sophia playing around with a stick there trying to make a spear. Oh, that I let her play around with the axe, of course, but
I done it.
she had a little shot. So, just for anyone who's wanting to make a steak, any sort. Sophia, bring the camera in a bit, please.
Okay. Is that enough for you?
Right, just keep the camera right on the stump here. So,
It's raining.
I see a lot of people try to make a steak, and they've got the bit of wood vertical like that, and they're using the axe at an angle like that. The only thing you're going to do then is you're going to keep knocking your bit of wood away. What you want to do is angle the wood and use the axe vertically, so your axe going straight up and down, and that way the wood isn't going to slip away anywhere. So you angle the wood and the axe goes straight up and down like this.
Yep, that's how you make it. I was literally just sawing the wood off. Can I show everyone?
Excuse Sophia's commentary. You can see how much easier that is. Well, that's been so packed up. Brian's disappeared. I'm just want to explain to you what this whole bugging out thing was all about. Everyone's seen on the news about the coronavirus and how it's mutating, and it's actually started to turn people into zombies. Shit! There's Brian. Sophia! Sophia!